All right, welcome in JMU Sports News Podcast. I'm Jack Fitzpatrick. Bennett Conlon taking this one off as we're joined now by Tyler Brown, offensive lineman. A couple of stops along his way to get to JMU, but Tyler, appreciate the time. Appreciate you chatting with us.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a pleasure to be here. I want JMU to get to know me as a person the person behind the scenes, and I'm just happy to be able to do this interview with you guys and just kind of explain my story and what I'm about.
Yeah, well, so let's start there because you were recruited by Napier at Louisiana. I want to get this out of the way. Were you there when they were still Louisiana Lafayette? Can you still refer to them as that, or is that off the table?
We were University of Louisiana when I got there because I remember when I got the offer to go to University of Louisiana. One of the coaches told me to change it from University of Louisiana Lafayette just to the University of Louisiana. So now we were the University of Louisiana all the way back in 2019, well 2018, 2019.
Yeah, so you started your collegiate career with the Raging Cajuns. You found your way to Jackson State, then to Colorado, and now to Harrisonburg, Virginia. But walk me through that. I mean, you've had a lot of ups and downs. I was reading about some of the injuries that you've gone through to have a seventh year of collegiate eligibility. But kind of walk me through what your collegiate career has been like, kind of battling through the uncertainties through injuries.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a long journey, a long ride. If you told me back in 2019 you'd still be playing college football in 2026, I would have laughed. But, I'm thankful for every journey and every step along the way. So in 2019, I was at the University of Louisiana from 2019 to 2021. So 2019, I redshirted. 2020, which was the COVID year, I got that year back. I played in, I think we had 11, 12 games that year. I played in every game. I rotated at left guard as a true redshirt freshman. And then that next year, I had to have both my labrums repaired. Fully healed from that. Fully healed. JMU's not getting damaged goods, I promise. So fully healed from that. In 2021, I had those labrum tears, and then also that was when Coach Napier took the job at Florida. So when Coach Napier left, I decided I wanted a fresh start to leave as well. So he went to Florida, and I went back home to Jackson State because I was a little homesick. I missed home, and I think that was the best thing for me. I feel like every step along the journey that I've been on has been for my benefit. So I go back to Jackson State. I'm there for 6 months. I'm an HBCU All American. I'm an All American, first team All SWAC, FCS third team All American. All those accolades, thankfully. Like only a couple, like only like 4 or 5 months post surgery, right? So, I think yeah. So I was going out there with a mission, and I went with Coach Prime to Colorado. When I hit the portal again, he asked me to come on back. So my nickname in Colorado was Rock. So he always called me Rock, and he's like, Rock, I need you up here in Boulder with me. I go up to Boulder. So I want to say like 2024 or like their Shador's junior year. That was when the transfer rules were different, right? So we thought I could get a waiver due to my extenuating circumstances, and that didn't happen. So I had to sit out that year. Then that next year, I played every single year. The year Travis Hunter won the Heisman, and after that, then that next year I broke my hand, fully healed from that too. It was a freak accident. I mean, it was a bone. It was thankfully it was a bone, nothing not tender, anything like that. I just was fighting to get the starting center job and ended up breaking my hand. Um, and that just took a while to heal. Then after that, I'm a grad student. I decided to leave again. So it's like I really only had truly 3 full seasons of college football. Like a lot, like I mean, competition wise. So yeah, it looks like it's 7 years, but my body doesn't have 7 years of wear and tear on it, thankfully. And then I do a lot of preventative things as well. So it's been a journey. It's been a ride. So then when I hit the portal again, within the first hour, Coach Napier calls me, Coach Rob Sale calls me, and I have a wonderful relationship with them. And we just hit it off. And they said, come visit, take a visit, and let's just talk about JMU. And I came out to JMU and I loved it. I loved Harrisonburg. I loved the camaraderie. I love that the people are always in their purple. And I love how much they love that university. And the city's beautiful, the food's great, and I just love how much people love that university. That was what really was eye opening for me.
So you said the food's great. I mean, Harrisonburg, not necessarily known to be, top tier culinary. I agree with you. It's got some good spots, but where'd they take you to eat where you're saying the food's great?
I couldn't even tell you. There was like some Capital Inn, I think. It was a bunch of different places. There was this place called Lito's Pizza that I love. Yeah, I love Lito's pizza. I had it at the basketball game, and then my mom and I went and got meat lovers like right after that. Like it was phenomenal. And my mom's a big Hardee's fan, so when she saw Hardee's in Harrisonburg, she flipped out. So that was a lot of fun. But I mean, I enjoy the food. Again, I say Harrisonburg, Virginia is 100 times better than Colorado food. So you guys are already ahead of the curve.
Yeah, yeah, I also have not heard great things about Colorado food. So yeah, Harrisonburg.
No.
There's a couple of good spots. We'll connect offline. I'll give you the list of restaurants you've got to hit because
Oh, I can't wait.
yeah, I know offensive linemen. You guys, we were talking with some of them last season, and the meals. I'm a big guy. I like
Yeah.
to eat, right? And I'd hear what offensive linemen eat, and it's just like that would put me in a 3 week coma sometimes. But whew.
That's what's funny for me too is yeah, I'm a really big guy, but I don't eat as much as the other. Like I try to be really really healthy and stay to my diet and just I just want to look my best, feel my best. So I have a lot of salads, greens, veggies, proteins. I try not to eat too many carbs or sweets. I try to stay away from stuff like that. I do have a really bad sweet tooth with candy and stuff like that, but I try to stay as strict as I can.
So you're not a DK Metcalf type that's eating Skittles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner like DK Metcalf does.
No, but I do love my sweet tart mini chews. So
Okay.
I've had a lot of bags of those since I've been home.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
So you were going through with your collegiate journey. You've only been with Coach Napier and Coach Prime. I mean, those two are two of the bigger. I wouldn't say well, Coach Prime, definitely one of the biggest personalities in college football.
Right.
He's generating headlines, but Napier also generating a lot of headlines at Florida. But what's it been like playing with those two? How are they similar? How are they different? And because you bring an interesting perspective as one of the only players on this roster right now, as it stands, that has played under Coach Napier.
I mean that's true, and I'm incredibly honored that I know how Coach Napier runs things and how he does things, so I can help make that transition smoother for the guys that are at JMU and the new guys as well, so we can all be bought in because at the end of the day we all want to go undefeated, right, and win another Sun Belt championship, be in the playoffs, and see where the chips fall, of course. But I would just say that they are pretty similar, right? I mean with both coaches, you're going to work your tail off, right? Like with Coach Napier and Coach Prime, you're going to be out there working, and they reward hard work. I would say that. I would say that. Man, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to ruffle any feathers. I would say that they're. I would say Coach Prime, has a lot of personality. I mean, we all see that. Everybody sees that. So we had a lot of funny moments in those team meetings, and then I would say with Coach Napier that he was with Coach Saban, so the Alabama way of doing things, the Alabama structure and things of that nature is just that's just how he does things, right? So, but both of them get results, right? Both of them get results in their own different ways. So I would say that both are very different. With Coach Prime, practices are a lot faster. With Coach Napier, practices aren't as fast, but there's so much more there's more that you do in a longer time frame, but with Coach Prime you do a lot of stuff in a shorter time frame because he has everything NFL structured. So I think that I love having that differentiating experiences of okay, with Coach Prime this is an hour and 30 hour and 45-minute practice and you're gonna bust your tail, and then with Coach Napier when I was at Louisiana I think we were like 2 hours and 30 minutes, something in that range. But it was like all, but you knew what you were going to do every single day with Coach Napier, right? Like nothing deviated, nothing changed. His schedule was set in stone a year in advance. So I mean, certain things are just different.
Yeah,
But I absolutely love both. I'm thankful for both, and I'm just glad that I can have that different perspective.
and clearly Napier did something right. If you want to come back all these years later and rejoin him now in Harrisonburg as he tries to kind of take the helm of a new team.
Absolutely. I mean, I love Coach Napier. We've had a long relationship, long history. We've stayed in touch over the years, and I'm excited to be with him and Coach Rob Sale again.
So tell me about your process entering the transfer portal. You said Coach Napier, Coach Sale, they both were in contact with you pretty soon after you entered your name into the portal. What other schools were you in contact with, and what was that process like kind of being re-recruited?
Well, thankfully, I had an agent. So I think my agent took most of the phone calls from the schools that were interested. And I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I knew all the names because I really didn't. I was just like, okay, you just tell me. At the end of the day, I wanted to be somewhere where there was a lot of love. So, yes, Memphis was on the table. JMU was on the table. I had other schools on the table. I had very big schools interested and all these other things. But at the end of the day, I only have 1 year left, right? And I want to go somewhere and be with a staff that I trust and who knows me. And with that relationship with Coach Napier and Coach Sale, I know that we worked really, really well together. And that was just, I wanted to go to the best fit. I didn't necessarily care about the name of the school, right? And I mean, of course, not saying, not disrespecting James Madison in any way at all. Like James Madison is phenomenal. I watched him in the playoffs. I was like, this is a phenomenal football team, and James Madison wins, right? So Coach Napier is going to keep that tradition of just winning alive. I'm just saying that for me in my recruiting process, I didn't have to go to the SEC or the Big Ten my last year. I just want to go somewhere with my best fit, with a coach that I know is going to take me to the next level, to the NFL, because Coach Sale has a proven pedigree of taking guys like Robert Hunt, Kevin Dotson, Max Mitchell, Osiris Torrance, Nathan Thomas, Jake Slaughter at Florida is going to be a really high draft pick at center. So, I mean, he develops guys and puts them in the National Football League, and that's the end goal of the National Football League. And the NIL, it doesn't, that money doesn't last forever, right? And I hate that a lot of guys think that that money's forever money when really the life changing money is in at the next level of football, and that's what my dreams been since I was a kid, is to be an NFL football player. Not come to. I mean, it's been a blessing to come to college and be able to make some money off my name, image, and likeness, but that's not what the end goal is for me, right?
That makes a lot of sense, and something that you have in your back pocket that can help you make that
Mhm.
NFL jump, your position versatility. You mentioned earlier you're battling for the starting center job at Colorado, but I think you've logged snaps at both guard positions, right tackle as well.
Yeah.
What allows you to have that type of position versatility? Because each one brings a different set of, you need a different skill set, it seems, for each.
I say just being as smart as I am, as well as just being an athletic freak. Everybody's always called me an athletic freak, so I just certain things that other guys can't really do as well, I can do as well, and kind of adapt to playing left guard, playing right guard, learning center. I mean, I learned how to play center this past spring at Colorado because Coach Prime said, "Rock, I need you to learn how to play center." So the entire summer, my mom and I were in my yard snapping, doing 100 snaps a day, to the point that when I got back to Colorado, it was like second nature snapping the football. I mean, even after I injured myself and my hand was in a cast, since I have such big hands, I was still snapping the ball at practice, right? So it's just, I think I just pick up on things a lot faster than most people do, thankfully. And I just like, I'm a hard worker, so I'm going to outwork that person. So if a coach tells me I need you to do something, I'm going to do it 110% every time.
So, how good's your mom now at receiving a snap? That she's got to be up there with some of the best quarterbacks in college
I mean,
football.
honestly, my mom, she was a phenomenal softball player at Alleman High School. Actually, I'm gonna go get this real quick. So this right here, I don't know if you guys can see this. All right, this is the dynamic dandy dozen, and then this is my mom. So she was a dandy dozen third baseman, a dandy dozen third baseman in Alleman, right, in Illinois. So she was a All American, All World softball player. So her catching my snaps honestly wasn't that like, it wasn't as bad as or as hard as people would think it to be because she's used to catching softball and hitting softball. So yeah, it wasn't too bad.
That's awesome. How would you describe your game to JMU fans? What can they expect to see out of you on the gridiron in 2026?
Nasty consistency. Um, Playing with an edge, playing with a chip on my shoulder, going out there and giving 110%. I'm the guy that's going to push the pile. Um, I'm the guy that's going to bring everybody along with me to be the best that they can be on and off the field. And I'm going to give this team 110%. And we're going to run the football. We are going to run the football. And that is one thing I love with the OC, was just how he talked about the run game. And I was like, oh, I love this because I love an offense that we can just run the ball. Um, and we're going to be a really great unit, right? So, and it takes more than it's 5 equals 1. That's Coach Sales saying 5 equals 1. From the O line, you have five guys, and you have to get one mind, one body, one spirit. So, yes, I bring so many things to my game: utility, versatility, nastiness, and edge, athleticism. But the guys along me are going to bring the exact same things. And that just starts in the spring. And that just starts with workouts. That just starts with building camaraderie. And we're gonna be a really great unit.
What's the approach like? Because you look at across the JMU roster right now, and it's a lot of new guys, and On the offensive line, it seems like this is from, the media perspective, the fan perspective from the outside. Seems like that a big emphasis was getting physical freaks, guys that are massive humans. But you may be the most experienced offensive lineman that has come through outside of Zach Greenberg, the center who's returning. You two might be the kind of elder statesman in the room. What's the approach as kind of being the guy with some of the most amount of snaps in a room with a lot of unproven but high potential types?
I think for me, yes, I've had a lot of snaps, but I wouldn't say that I'm not someone that ever gets a big head, right? I love to stay humble and just go about your work every single day because you're only as good as your last play. You're only as good as your last game, right? So, yeah, we have a lot of guys that may be quote unquote unproven, but like you said, they're athletic freaks. And I believe that me and the center that you just named, we're going to work together to bring those guys along with us and get to the point where they go out there and play with confidence because you want somebody to go out there and play with confidence and know that they're going to go out there and dominate every single game. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to meet the guys. I met a couple of the commits, Caden and the guy from Army. They were really, really tall. Josh. So he's a Bears fan. Josh is a Bears fan. So we connected with that
Are
too.
you a Bears fan?
Yep, I'm a Chicago Bears fan. The cardiac Bears, the voodoo Bears, whatever you call us. Chi-Town on top.
You're we connected with an edge. Was it? This is I forget exactly who it was. All the interviews we're doing are blended together. Another Chicago Bears fan. So I think that's up to 3 Chicago Bears fans
I
on
love
this
it.
roster.
I love it.
How'd you become a Chicago Bears fan? You're from Jackson, Mississippi.
See, this is always so funny. So my mom's from Milan, Illinois. Like that little thing I showed you guys was the Illinois Dandy Dozen. So my mom's from Milan, Illinois, which is like I think the border of Iowa. She's about 3 hours away from Chicago, and she just grew up a Bears, Bulls, Cubs fan. So we have Michael Jordan stuff everywhere, Walter Payton stuff everywhere, Brian Urlacher signed stuff. Um, so I've been a Bears fan my entire life, right? So I'm not a bandwagoner. No, I've been through the dark days, the dark years. Um, but I love my team, and I just love just seeing us have the success that we have now. You know, I'm a big Cubs fan. I've been to Wrigley Field a million times. I finally went to the Staples Center, or yeah, Staples Arena. No, or is it? No, it's United Center. It's the United Center. I'm crazy. The United Center. Oh God, they're gonna kill me. The United Center to watch the Bulls a couple years ago. They weren't as good as they are now. It was a couple years ago, and that was a lot of fun. Being able to see Michael's trophies and the statue. I haven't been to Soldier Field yet, just simply because it's just so hard to try to get there, especially during the football season. But that's just still a dream come true. So hopefully, God willing, I either get drafted there or I get to go play there or go watch a game. So that'll be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Last 2 questions here for you. Something we always like asking the recruits coming in. Who do you model your game after? Is there an NFL player that you really enjoy watching?
Honestly, I try to take pieces from everybody. So I wouldn't necessarily say that I model my game after anybody, but I do say that I watch everybody. Like I think to me, Joe Tooney with the Bears left guard is the definition of consistency. So the way he takes his sets, the way he punches, the way he leads, the way he plays the game, I love watching Joe Tooney. When Brandon Brooks is playing with the Eagles, his story about mental health and how that resonated with me and his battles with anxiety, I love the way that he played and was a 3-time Pro Bowler. So just I try to take things from different guys and just model that into my tool belt. Because I mean, I think I always try to tell people this is don't try to model yourself after somebody. Just take little things that you can from their game and apply it to your game. Um, and then with centers, I want to say that with centers, I really watch a lot of Eric McCoy with the Saints. I watch a lot of Eric McCoy. I watch a lot of Jason Kelsey, um, Creed Humphrey, of course. So, and then with I have a great relationship with Duke Manyweather. So being able to go to the summit and talk to those guys is awesome too. You know, I've seen a lot of Tyler Smith, but it's also I try to model myself like I'm 6'3", 6'3 and a half. So I might not be the tallest guy out there, but I have really, really long arms. So certain things that shorter guys can't do, I can do. So just try to take the little things again from everybody.
Awesome. And last question, something we always love asking.
Okay.
DBs and wide receivers always give us the best answers for this one. I want to see what an offensive lineman has to say. Are you a silent assassin or are you a trash talker?
Oh, I'm a silent assassin. I don't say anything to anybody. No, I'm definitely like Michael though. I just take it personal. I'm not gonna say anything to you. I have no reason. I have no interest in talking to you. That's wasted breath that I can use to keep myself going to kick your butt the next play. So I don't. I'm not a talker. I've never been a talker. That's just not who I am. I'm very much somebody that just goes out there. You respect your opponent. You respect the man in front of you, but you just go out there and your plan is to move a man against the will from point A to point B and dominate.
I love it. Tyler, appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed chatting.
Absolutely.
We look forward to seeing you ball out in the purple and gold in 2026.
I can't wait. Thank you so much.